What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about Ethereum today. Hit that like button, you guys. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and let's get into it, my friends. Here we are on this, the 13th of August, sitting at 45, almost $4,600 right now, with a high today of 46.38 on Coinbase. Crazy. We've officially, I think as of last week, over the past few days, we've broken out of this consolidation phase here. It does depend on what we do this week, I suppose. We want 2 weeks above this area to validate that it is a true breakout and not some kind of fake out. But this looks like the real deal, you guys. And I mean, beyond the fact that we're breaking above this, beyond the fact that we've gotten so far above it already, and we're just moving at a great pace, it was a long time coming. Right, like we've been consolidating this area from March 2024 up until now, August 2025. It's the timing of it, the volatility of it, this massive V-shaped recovery of it all. It seems completely appropriate that we are in fact breaking out. I don't know if we need confirmation for that, but if we want to wait for confirmation, just get another week, 2 weeks, right? We've got 1 week already. Get this week to close above this level here at $4,100. If we can do that, that's great. Now, if we go below $4,100, that's okay. That's okay. We're dealing with a very large consolidation phase here, very volatile, as you can see. We could wick below there. We just don't want to close a week below there. We can close a day, a 4-hour period, multiple days, but let's not close a week below $4,100. Okay, let's not do that. Here you are right now, as bullish as it is. I want to lay out a couple of things that I'm just looking at right now, why I think that we might pull back, why we might pump the brakes a little bit, and that's okay. Ethereum's been on a very, very, I want to say unprecedented, but it's not unprecedented at all. It's been on a very massive move up since April 7th, you guys. Absolutely massive. Phenomenal. In fact, let's see. From a low to a high, what have you done? I mean, you've done a 3.2x since April 7th. Most cryptos have not done that in the space, so let alone the number 2 crypto itself. So that's phenomenal. What you're seeing right here is a classic maneuver called a V-shaped recovery. Now, what I'm about to say doesn't mean that this is what has to happen, but this is very typical of V-shaped recoveries. Typically, wherever the V started, and looking at it here on the weekly basis, it's pretty obvious where the V started. Typically, you will go above where the V started, and that's where your V-shaped recovery stops. That's where you start to consolidate, maybe consolidate a little bit more, whatever, and then you continue to rally. Okay, I'm not saying that we're going to consolidate for months now. We're not going through a 1.5 year long consolidation phase like we did before, but maybe a little bit of a break pumping here, okay? With that in mind, okay? Perhaps what we do is the old break, hook, and go, the old bump and run where you break, you hook, you bump, you run. You back test prior resistance for support, and then you validate that, and then you go up. It's a very classic maneuver. We come back down. We'll probably even wick below there, but close right at it. People will think, oh, no, we wicked below. We're going lower, and capitulate, and then boom, then we're moving up higher. Maybe. We're looking at this here, Bitcoin liquidation levels, but we put it on the Ethereum setting here. And over the past 7 days, there are a lot of longs that have come on. The shorts are decimated. Shorts are crying. I mean, if we go all the way over, you have about 1.2 billion in total over the past 7 days that are still left. Over the past 7 days, you have about 9.6. I mean, the longs outweigh the shorts tremendously. And again, 4,100 is that area that we want to hold. Look at where this last line of support on the longs is, right there. That last kind of area is right there at $4,100, you guys. And that's $7.5 billion of longs to get liquidated if we go down there. That's just over the last 7 days. If we go to the last 30 days, it's a little bit more sporadic, a little bit more, but 4,100. That's it says 4.9 billion, but something's up with CoinGlass. It doesn't update properly. There should be more than that, right? There should be more than that. The last 7 days there's 7 billion. The last 30 days there should be more, but nonetheless, you can see where these longs start to pile on. There's a gap here right at about $4,100, which $4,100 is right there where our prior area of resistance is. It makes a whole mess of sense. That will go right there. Clear out some longs, pile on the shorts, and then move up. Again, the reason why Ethereum moved up at such a dramatic pace is because there were a ton of shorts. People were shorting the hell out of it, and you move up at this pace, you get a short squeeze. People are forced to buy back, and that adds to the mayhem. People are, even without these leverage positions, they're seeing the price go up, and they're FOMOing in, right? All kinds of stuff going on, but that adds to it. We don't have any shorts. There's no short squeeze to be had, so, long squeeze. Probably what's going to happen. So I wouldn't be surprised if, the coming days were a little bit down. Let's look at the 1 day as well, just for fun. I mean, you look at that. Over the past day, guys, Whoa, bro. Hold on. Wait a second. Hold on, okay. Last day for Bitcoin, we've got $4 billion in longs for Bitcoin. For a over $2 trillion asset, Bitcoin in the last 24 hours is $4 billion in longs. But Ethereum, number two, which is not even at $1 trillion in market cap right now, I believe. Right? It's not. It shouldn't be. Yeah, half that, 552. You're at like less than a quarter of the market cap Bitcoin's at. The amount of liquidations, we're at ETH here. You've got six. There's you guys, people are over leveraged. They're getting excited, and they have every reason to be. But we are going to correct because of that. We absolutely will correct. And look at where a lot of these. Look at this. We could clear out all the longs that have got placed in the past 24 hours with a move that takes us below 4,200, let alone down to 4,100. I don't know about you guys, but I might take a short, a fat old short. I might pull my pants down and take a short all over Ethereum right now. Let's do some analysis, okay? It looks good. It does look good. Don't get me wrong. The volume's nice. Everything's nice about it. But just going over that. Oh, I forgot to. I got sidetracked. I wanted to go over this very important point too. Beyond everything we've gone over, look at where we're at for the high. Look at where we're at. Right. Nothing more powerful for resistance than a prior all-time high. And I'm not saying that means that we have to find resistance here. Watch us go up a little bit more. Perhaps today we go up to, we're at 4,500. Maybe we go all the way up to 4,800 before we come back down. I wouldn't be shocked, however, if we were to come down from here. Before we get into the short-term stuff, I want to take a high to low. And again, I'm not calling for anything crazy. This is not a cycle-ending top. We moved down to 4,100. We actually are promoting very good structure. We're clearing out a mess of longs. We'll probably pile on a ton of shorts. And then boom. Then we're ripping and running. We'll probably see new all-time highs over the coming weeks. Okay, Ethereum is in a very bullish posturing. Do not get me mistaken. Okay, from a high to a low, it actually would make a lot of sense looking at this to go up to that 4750 area, and that's still in an area where we found resistance before. So I'm not opposed to that idea. Let's put a line there, and then just run with that. Okay, I'll look at the short-term stuff, and we'll see. We'll see if we have anything that agrees with continuing pushing up a little bit higher. I think it would make a lot of sense that we do before going lower. So I might hold off on that big short. Nothing really to go off of with that. Yeah, let's look at the short-term stuff, okay? 1 hour time frame here. We'll leave that line there for a possible area of entry for a short position, maybe. Not financial advice, not a financial advisor. While I'm talking about this, that's hypothetical, right? For most of you, I'm thinking about going short there. That doesn't mean that I will, right? It's just a hypothetical thought right now. I'll let you know if I do, but please do not leverage trade, right? Leave it to people who have experience. I want to say professionals, but I always deem somebody as a professional if you're making money. So I guess I'm a professional in that sense, but I don't. That feels like I'm polishing a turd too much, man. I don't know. Like it's. I've had a rough time with leverage trading in my past, and we're doing all right with it now. But man, the best thing that you could do, really the best thing you could do, and I'm just not trying to make this sound appealing at all, is just hold. Okay, don't leverage trade. Just buy and hold. I'm gonna make a video all about that actually here pretty soon, because anybody and everybody, there's clearly too many people leverage trading right now. You're setting yourself up for failure. You really are, you guys. And we might not get this extra move up. This could be it. This could be where we stall. But I wouldn't be surprised if we move up higher. Let's just get into this, okay, without all the disclaimers and stuff. So the 1 hour RSI, you had a nice peak here. Typically, as you see with these peaks here, right, you got a peak here, you had a lower high, and then an even lower high, and then you went down, right? You had a peak here at the same area, and then you had a lower high, and then and what did you do with both of these highs here? Right? We had a peak there, you continued. You went a little bit higher, and then you consolidated briefly. You had a peak here. What'd you do? You went a little bit higher, and then you consolidated briefly, right? I'm thinking this consolidation will be a little bit more intense. Your stochastics are bullish as hell. Your MACD is bullish as hell. Same thing with the MACD. Maybe get some bearish divergence, right? Let's form some bearish divergence first before we think about going lower. You can go a little bit lower from here, but I think that we will push. We're at 45.70. We'll probably push up a couple $100 at the most. Let's look at what we're doing here from a... Do we want that high to low? I'm going to take this high to low. Man, that's right in the money zone too. What about this high to low? I'm going to go with anything from, and we're very close to it now, I'm going to go with $4,666 ominous to $4,766. Okay, something, anything and everything in between. Okay, did I say 47? I'm sorry. If I said 46,000, I'm sorry. 4,666 to 4,766. Okay, somewhere in that area. Looking at the 1 hour, I mean, yeah, you could top off here too. By the way, this is not promised. We absolutely could move lower. But with the volume, with how it looks, I would expect higher prices. So even if we move lower first, maybe we move higher. Over the past day, perhaps we come down to 45.30. We're at that level right now. Yeah, we come down to like here, find support, and then come up, get that bearish divergence, and then move up. Yeah, we probably see a little pullback, a little bit like that. I bet today, you guys, not financial advice, not a financial advisor, but I bet by the end of today, we get somewhat of a look where it kind of, it's like a, well, let me see if I can find an example. Let's see. Something like this, right? Where you get a big wick to the upside and then you come down. Something like that, right? And in the coming days, we'll probably correct a little bit. Maybe not this intense, but just, somewhat intense, down to 4,100. It could be quick. By the way, the faster the correction, the better. Because the more intense it is, the more it'll scare people. Fear is good, especially if you want to buy. And then the faster that the move is to the downside, the faster you're done with it, and you can start moving back up again, right? If you're going to go to $4,100, why not get it done in a day instead of getting it done in 2 weeks and then start moving back up? You know what I mean? Just get it done with. It's the best thing that you could hope for is a move like this, very fast and swift, and then boom. Look at what happened, right? You're going to correct down here anyways. Why draw it out? Just make it quick, and then you can start moving up just as quick. Anyways, 4-hour time frame here. I love the volume. I mean, everything looks great about it. Yes, now here you are, right? Yeah. You're seeing the bearish divergence play out. High here, lower high. Okay, well, let me delete this. High here, lower high, lower high. So that's double bearish divergence. We have 2 hours left in this 4-hour time frame. Let's see if it closes red. If it does close red, that validates the bearish divergence. If it closes green, well, I mean, honestly, we could still move up higher. We could even get above this high, and we would take out the bearish divergence. You don't need bearish divergence to top off, but it helps, identify those areas. 2 hours left. Let's see. And the thing is, double bearish divergence could turn in, we move down a little bit to that, we're at 45.70. We could move down to 4,500, 45.30, move down a little bit, and then move up a little bit more after that. This double bearish divergence could turn into 1, 2, triple bearish divergence, and then we move down, right? That really, I think, might be what we do. I'm holding out for targets that are up above where these highs are, but not by much. Like $200 more than where we are now at the most, okay? Stochastics are bullish. MACD is bullish. I have every reason to believe, but look at that. You're getting bearish divergence on the MACD oscillators and even on the histogram itself as well. The volume looks good. The only thing making me think that we're going to see some turbulence ahead is, of course, guys, think about it. You've got $2 billion more in longs piled on in the past 24 hours for Ethereum than you do for Bitcoin, which is like 4 times your market cap valuation. That's bad, man. There are a lot of people with their pants around their ankles, and it's all liquidated at $4,200. That's not that hard for it. Dude, that's a blink. 4,200's right here. Right there. Tell you what, that's a perfect area to go long, that 42 to 4,100 area. Not financial advice, not a financial advisor. I know what I'm doing. Daily time frame. Bearish divergence as well. And by the way, this bearish divergence on all counts, right? If we're looking at this here on the 4-hour time frame, typically bearish divergence is resolved by going back to where it started. So this is where it started, was right here, right there. That's at 42.60. And typically you don't just go back where it started, but you go through it. What's just below 42.60? Maybe 42, 41, enough to clear out those longs. Daily time frame here, where this bearish divergence started, it started all back here, right here, at about 37.60. Now, I don't know if I would still call this bearish divergence. I mean, we're higher than this high, we're higher than that high. Maybe it's not bearish divergence all the way down there. I don't know if I would express that, but I guess to that point, could we wick down that low and still close the week above 4,100? We could. It could happen. Daily RSI, daily MACD, daily stochastics all look bullish, but we're in areas where we might cool down a little bit, and it's not a problem if we do, right? It's really not a problem if we do. Weekly time frame here. the weekly looks phenomenal, right? So just understand, back to what I was saying earlier, regardless of where we go down from here, 4,100, even if we go to 3,800, whatever, we're pressing the barrier. You just broke out of this over year long consolidation phase. You're definitely not stopping here for a long time, but maybe a little bit of time. Hopefully a little bit of time, not a long bit of time, right? If you're going to make this move, do it in a day or two, do it in a week. Don't spend months doing it, right? Don't do that. We don't want that. Don't do this. because I really do believe Ethereum's on the precipice of seeing new all-time highs. By the end of this month of August, I wouldn't be surprised if we're at new all-time highs, certainly in September. And ultimately, Ethereum, you're at 45.78 right now. I believe that by the end of September, you will see prices all the way up at $7,700 or above. Between there and $10,000, I like that $8,000 level personally. That's my expectation. I don't have anything else that I want to say. I've said it all. This is wild, you guys. This is wild. And where would these shorts get liquidated? I wouldn't be surprised if those shorts get liquidated right at the area we're talking about moving up to, which is 46 to 47.60, right? 46.60, 47.60. Where is this? Right there, 4,700. Right in between both of those levels. You clear out all those shorts, you're only going to pile on more longs. You guys, if you're in a long position with Ethereum, not financial advice, not a financial advisor, do what you want, make or lose money at your own discretion, but take profits, man. Take them. Take them. Oh, man. And then maybe just go away for a week or a few days. Wait for that shakeout to happen. Hit the like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. I'll see you on the next one. Take care of yourselves, all right? Bye-bye.